Earlier today, intelligent automation platform DataSnipper announced the launch of its AI agents, disclosure agents, and Excel agents. The firm says this marks a breakthrough for the audit and finance industries. Its CEO, Vidya Peters, told our very own Kristen Scholler why now is the right time to make the move. Take a listen.
When we think about customers and where they're spending a majority of their time today in the office of the CFO, they're spending their time looking at financial statements and they're spending their time in Excel. And so we're very excited to launch agents for disclosure agents testing for financial statements and agents to work in Microsoft Excel, which is where we know finance teams live and breathe.
What are agents in this context?
Think of agents as junior members of your team, an extension of your team. If you were to hire someone junior on your team, you would give them a set of tasks to do in succession. You would ask them to apply judgment. This is quite different from the RAG models and how AI products originally came out 2 years ago with Gen AI. You would generally query documents, you would analyze and find insights, but you wouldn't assign tasks to them. So this is a fundamentally different approach. And what we are trying to do is to automate as much of the manual work in audit and finance as possible, and agents are the next frontier.
Why is agents, if you will, the necessary solution right now?
For a couple of reasons. When we think of audit and finance, these are industries that have been really weighed down by a lot of manual work, and yet the margin for error is zero. And so this is an industry that is ripe for transformation, for innovation. We also want to make these industries fun and exciting again. These are industries that have traditionally struggled to hire new talent graduating from colleges. And so when you have a shortage of talent and you have zero margin of error in work that's extremely critical, here at the New York Stock Exchange, we count on the earnings releases that are announced by companies that go public here. And yet there are armies of finance teams and auditors that work behind the scenes to ensure that data is accurate down to the decimal. And so we believe that now is the time more than ever to arm these people with better tools and technology to do this critical work.
Of course, these sorts of teams do have pain points in this process. How do your agents address those pain points?
What we focus on are not the areas of expertise. That's what we want to free up audit and finance teams to focus on. But we focus on the manual parts of work. Let's take disclosure testing. This is very important for any public company. And yet this is a process that takes days, if not weeks. You're trying to sift through hundreds of questions to answer whether they are eligible for this company, whether they make sense for this company. And then you have to ensure that the right disclosures are in place to address them. And imagine if there was an AI agent that could do the series of tasks, understand, are these the right questions? Are they being addressed? Are the disclosures sufficient? And now you've taken work that would take days and weeks down to minutes.
What makes DataSnipper's AI agents unique on the market?
One of the things that has been critical to how we build products at DataSnipper is to ensure the human is always in the loop and we always tie it back to evidence. And so we want to ensure that any work that we automate is not a black box to the user. Take an agent that we built for Microsoft Excel and we automate a whole series of tasks that an analyst may do in Excel. We always tie it back to the data and all of the steps that were taken so that the human can decide, I feel comfortable with the way the analysis was done and I'm comfortable with the results. This ensures that the team is always in the driver's seat. AI is merely a help or really a support in that process.
Any more you can share with us, Vidya?
We are very excited about more product announcements for the rest of the year. We love what AI can bring to these teams that I consider as the forgotten customer. They're in the back office. They're often doing a lot of the work that you and I take for granted, and we just operate for trust. We just assume the numbers are accurate, that we can trust all of the data that we see. So we're very excited to arm these people with better tools and technology to do their work.
Thanks, DataSnipper CEO Vidya Peters and Kristen Scholler for that interview.